And we're back. Game number 2 of our final best of 3 of the evening. Could potentially be our final game of the evening as well. Virtus Pro and Team Liquid square off, with Liquid leading the series 1-0 and looking to guarantee their berth into our bubble race playoffs with a win. Virtus Pro, though, certainly wants to reverse their fortunes and gonna pick up a vengeful spirit a second time in their bid to do it. Liquid leads off with Visage and Venomancer, a very powerful tandem we've been seeing run, not just by TL, but by a lot of teams. The V&V combo, very nice to build a composition around, just because they can be played with any variety of styles after that, while Virtus Pro wisely taking away Bulba's Clockwork this time around. To break down the draft and, of course, lend his insight and analysis throughout the entire game, just as he has the entire tournament, welcome in once again Ben Merlini Wu. Now, Ben, Visage and Veno, this is a combination Liquid runs just about to perfection. Fluff plays the hell out of some Veno, and what more can we say about Way2's Visage? He is just so safe and so competent. He always manages to get way ahead in levels in gold, and just adds so much to any team any composition he's in, I should say, on that hero by virtue of nothing but early effectiveness and the items that he can bring to bear in the mid-game.
Yeah, and it looks like VP is just having trouble with the draft already. Like, they need to ban out Koikva's Nature's Prophet. They need to try and take away the Bulba Clockwork, but you also need to take out Way2Sexy's Visage. Fluff can play a multitude of heroes, so there's not really that much to ban him out. But yeah, and they got 2 out of 3, but Liquid immediately takes advantage when they get the chance, and now it looks like they're trying to take the Luna away from TC.
Yep, grabbing up the Luna, a true farmer this time, so most likely will be in Ars Art on the Venge. And we have seen AA have a lot of success on the hero as well, so very likely to see him roaming about early on. Liquid, though, they have a lot of heroes they could put TC on and feel very comfortable. Gyrocopter is one that I think could fit in quite nice here, just as a counter-initiation hero. It's very hard for Clockwork to come into fights like that and for teams to really reliably engage off of his hook in when you have a cooldown to worry about. Storm Spirit is still available for Koikva. Wouldn't surprise me at all to see if Liquid gave him some priority on that hero for the second game in a row as well.
Yeah, and Lifestealer surprisingly not picked up by either team. VP has had a decent amount of success with that hero, but opting not to choose him as their hard carry. And I'm surprised. I'm curious to see as to what Light of Heaven is going to play. They actually banned out the Darkseer themselves, and I haven't really seen him on too many other offlane heroes. And his hero flexibility is a slight worry to me.
Yeah, something we'll occasionally see him do, he used to do it a lot when he was with Na'Vi, is put him on the Lone Druid, let him be a 2-core kind of a guy. The Clockwork could go mid, could go off lane, and Light of Heaven has been known to bounce around a little bit in role swaps as well, so still some options available to them. Currently waiting on Team Liquid to make their pickup. Though, like you said, the Lifestealer is still available if they want to farm that on TC. Gyrocopter, another very popular hero with him. Or they could go something to farm very late game against the Luna, but honestly, on the back of a Visage and a Venomancer, Liquid, I think they're going to come into this game and look to put the pressure on early. I don't think they want to be hard farming an Anti-Mage or a Phantom Lancer. Still, everything's wide open to them right now. They should feel pretty comfortable based on what they see.
Yeah, but it seems like they are slightly nervous because 13 seconds left on the reserve time. What do they want to pick up? Oh, picking up the Lone Druid for themselves. This will most likely be TC's hero. I don't think I've seen Koikva play it too much. He seems to play the more active offlaners.
Koikva does play it, or at least he did with Mal's. He used to play it quite a bit with Mal's, actually. So, but yeah, like when I see that, it could go either way. I'm actually, it's TC. I'm not sure as to how much experience he has on the Druid, but I know I've seen Koikva play it.
I've seen TC play Druid.
Okay, so they have both options.
So we've seen both of them. Okay.
Yeah, between the two of us collectively, where we make one competent caster in terms of knowledge. Actually, with you taking at least 4/5 of that slice of the pie. Anyway. Virtus Pro going to look to answer up. I like the Lone Druid pickup here. Gives them a nice safety belt against late game Luna. Yeah, I mean, I like the fact that we even had the conversation we just had. We don't know who's going to be playing it. I like the ambiguity that brings to the lineup. And Virtus Pro, as they look to round out their lineup, they're not going to really be sure what they have to draft against as of right now anyway.
Liquid seems to be pretty scared of G's Shadow Fiend, and I think that plays very well into Liquid's playstyle, banning out the Shadow Fiend because they like to like outgreed their opponents and play passively if they have to, and they're just so good at farming and just getting a lot of items that like Visage with his Scepter AC almost every game. That is just very unusual for support. So when the pressure's on them, I don't think they perform as well, and the pressure is definitely on them when there is a Shadow Fiend in mid that you can't really shut down. Looks like Disruptor will be the pick from VP. That's somewhat surprising. I think it's very good against heroes that are very spell reliant to escape, such as Storm Spirit, such as Queen of Pain, Puck, those sort of heroes that instant silence AoE is just huge, and also works well with Darkseer in their lineup, but neither of those are the case. They don't have a Darkseer, and there aren't any supremely difficult to kill heroes on the side of Team Liquid, but it will certainly dissuade the Storm Spirit pick.
Yeah, Storm, a hero like you said that really doesn't like to be picked into that. Will be a Juggernaut pickup, so I still don't know. That could be a mid jug for all we know. That could be Bulba on the jug going mid. So we'll have to wait and see what their final pick is.
Offlane jug, probably.
Yeah, I like the offlane jug quite a bit too. What I do like about Disruptor against this lineup, though, Lone Druid's one of those heroes who, whenever you do try to prioritize bringing him down and keeping him down, he does tend to move pretty quick. Tends to get up his boots and has the movement speed bonus and so on and so forth. So being able to glimpse him back does make it a little bit easier to pick that hero off in particular, especially when you have to worry about his bear landing a root on you as you try to pursue him out and so on and so forth. OD will be the final ban out from VP, and I would say Virtus Pro's lineup fairly clear. That's going to be most likely an off-lane clock. They'll be looking for a mid now. And on the side of Liquid, still kind of an incomplete picture. They're going to be able to put together a lot of push, though, I can tell you that. Juggernaut's Healing Ward plus Lone Druid and Visage Familiars plus Venomancer, if he decides to go the Max Plague Wards build, that's a lot of early tower pressure.
Yeah, I think the OD is a good ban out from VP just because it gives them that sustainability, gives them the early mech, and it gives them better late game in case they want to play greedy like they often like to do. So VP needs a solo mid. Puck is a very good choice for them, but already banned out. Gives silence to deal with the Juggernaut. He's very difficult to kill. So Bounty Hunter. So it might be a solo mid Luna or solo mid Clockwork. I have no idea. I mean, we talked about Liquid being unpredictable, but I have no idea who's playing what for VP aside from the two supports. I mean, we don't even know if Vengeance is support this game. Probably.
One would think. Beastmaster will be the last pickup for Team Liquid, and once again, going to add to the push potential considerably. His Inner Beast, his aura, very nice. That will be Bulba on the offlane Beastmaster. TC will be farming the jug, so it will be Koikfa taking control of the Lone Druid. And,
could be a mid Beastmaster, though. Bulba plays mid quite often.
Yep. I mean, and that's something we've kind of talked about is more and more as teams adjust to 6.79. I mean, you have some players in some teams, much like Alliance and Na'Vi being foremost among them, where you have your mid player. That's S4 and Dindy, respectively. But a lot of teams like Liquid, they just kind of swap players in and out of either mid or the solo lane or the solo off lane or the solo safe lane, just based on them being solo lane heroes. So we are beginning to see a little bit of diversification in terms of how some teams approach their lineups as compared to others.
And yeah, VP looks like a Light of Heaven will be playing Bounty Hunter. I think it's a decent hero for him. But again, they need to find kills early. Their late game's like decent now that they have the Luna on their side, but it's not spectacular. Not compared to a Juggernaut and a Lone Druid, as well as you can't count out Visage as a late gamer too, because he does hell of a lot of damage with Scepter and AC up. So I think the pressure is somewhat on BP, not as much so as last game because they have a much better carry than Avenge this game, but still they need to try and find kills with Light of Heaven. They need to try to find opportunities to glimpse people back with Disruptor.
We can see TC making his way up to the off lane while there is a tri lane heading down to bottom, so it will be actually TC going solo off lane with the jug. So definitely a switching of expectations, at least for the moment. Let's run through our lineups as the lanes take shape, as it looks like neither team is particularly interested in crossing the river. On the side of Liquid, as mentioned, TC, usually the hard farmer. He's going to be on the jug, and looks like he will hook up with Way 2, at least temporarily. Speaking of Way 2 sexy, second game in a row. Going to see him on the Visage. We'll look to repeat the success he had in Game 1 as he was our lead kill getter, as well as a guy who didn't die much, ended up 8-2 if I'm not mistaken. The Lone Druid will be played by Koikfa, has experience on the hero. Used to playing him in the off lane, though, for Mouse. Venomancer, once again played by Fluff, and the Beastmaster will be handled in mid by Bulba. The other side of the river, we've got NS. He's going to be running on the Disruptor. This time we'll have another clock. It will be played by God as he sets up shop in mid. Bounty Hunter will be played by Light of Heaven with the Luna, making a repeat appearance this time, though. Going to be handled by Virtus Pro, namely Blow Your Brain, the stand-in, who hopefully won't be a stand-in much longer. And then Arzard, as anticipated, will be on Venge. And this is, Venge is a support Arzard does tend to have a lot of success on.
And are they going to be actually able to kill TC at top? I don't think so. If he just spin dodges the Vengeful Spirit Stun, I don't really see them killing them unless they try and follow him up with a glimpse. So I guess TC is in a little bit of danger, but with way too sexy up there backing out, oh, they might see it. We might see an early kill attempt.
Up, AA just going to show up in lane. Here comes way too, showing his face and making them back off momentarily. Fluff is hanging back near the tower, at least for the moment. We'll see if he's going to be wanting to come up and do anything aggressive. He does have a smoke, so if the lane ends up pushed, he could smoke up and through here to try and maybe get a quick Gale onto a Disruptor for a level 1 kill. And he's up there a bit. Not sure if he's been spotted yet. By now he should have.
Yeah, and we see G on the Clockwork middle. I don't see him there that much. I see him more on snowbally type heroes. Looks like Beastmaster is out CS him very hard, 6-2 compared to 3-1 on Clockwork, but that should be remedied pretty soon as the wave is on his tower. See Light of Heaven versus Quakefoot on bottom. Light of Heaven not doing well in terms of CS. 1-0 for him, 8-3 on Quakefoot. Quakefoot absolutely dominating LOH on bottom.
Yeah, this is a matchup. I mean, just even separating out, player skill. This is a matchup that should be dominated by the Lone Druid, and will be. I'm sure he'll get up an early Orb of Venom and just be able to really punish Light of Heaven. And he'll probably be able to put a lot of pressure on this tower, too, especially as the bear levels up some. But to his CS should be quite good unless they send some rotation help sometime very, very soon. He's sitting at 12 CS and just in absolutely great shape. If nothing else, though, Light of Heaven will be able to get a quick 6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no kill attempt yet on top. I think that if VP gets caught out in a bad position, they are just certainly dead. The spin and the whoa, and that's so close to getting hit by that.
Yep, and that's going to be the target for sure. They're going to throw a kinetic field. TC's right there trying to protect Way 2. Much more vulnerable target and eating a couple of auto attacks. So a little bit of wasted mana on both sides, but very little damage actually done. Taking a look at Bulba, he's coming up on level 4, just behind Koikva in terms of CS, and this is where you want your Beastmaster to be. You're running mid. A mid Beastmaster can be a gigantic headache if he gets off of this kind of start.
He actually, he has his boost in bot already, dang. And G does not have his boost yet, but he does have a DD packed in his bottle, and if he manages to get him in a cog, I think that Beastmaster is dead, especially with 1 in Inner Beast and none in Call of the Wild. Or 2 in Inner Beast, actually, so we may see an early push coming out from them.
And yeah, and I think that kind of goes with what we expect. I mean, you see this lineup. They're going to be able to push so very hard. Every single hero in their composition adds push in one way or another. They're going to go ahead and look for a kill. NS going to be caught. There's a Grave Chill on top of Venomancer's Gale, and NS will be the first blood. The damage output just not there. Arzart with just level 1 magic missile. Unable to really... They may get AA. Yep, Grave Chill. That's going to be a 2-for-1. And they did end up killing off...
Way 2's going to die, too.
Yep. And somehow in mid, didn't even see it happening as we saw that fight break out at top. Looks like they lost Beastmasters, so over the last 30 seconds, it's actually a 3-for-2 exchange favoring Virtus Pro. They'll be happy to walk away with that. Yeah,
the 3 battery assault plus a DD. If Boba gets clogged, he is just dead. And he really does need the boar, I think, to tank up and split the battery assault just in case he does get caught in a compromising position. And I don't particularly like the max Inner Beast build. I think 1 is a very good point. 1 very good value for the 1 point. You get 15 at level 0 to 1 as opposed to 10 from every other level. But you really do need a Hawk to try and get rune control there too. Even if you don't can't actually get it and kill it with the Hawk, you can definitely kill it with the Quillbore. It looks like Bulba will get the regen rune on bottom.
And it's really odd for Bulba to die to that build. Again, he's a legendary Clockwork player. He knows the hero in and out. And he knows everything you could possibly know about the hero, especially in the laning phase. We're going to see TC. It looked like he thought about diving there. Did decide to go ahead and back. There's a Thunderstrike harass, but for the most part, looks like going to stay pretty non-bloody. But, yeah, it was just well played by God, I suppose, or just a flat-out mistake by a bubble. We'll never know because we weren't watching as there was a lot of blood being spilled at top. And Fluff's going to land a Gale through the trees. Here comes TC right on top of him. Do they have the damage? They do. And, wow, Luna's in trouble as well. There's going to be a stun on the Fluff. Can they pick him off? The tower will secure the kill. Arzart got the magic missile off and made it a 1-for-1 disruptor for Veno. They did some good damage to Luna, but were unable to finish it up. And AA coming back over. We'll have another magic missile soon if he wants to engage on way 2. Looks like he and TC are going to play safe enough to make that not happen, though. Nope, never mind. Luna's right there. She's going to land the Lucent Beam after that, and another kill goes the way of VP. So this lane...
This phase boost on TC, though. He may catch AA.
Up. Actually got juked a bit. He's going to salve up in the corner. Now he has to run. Lucent Beam is back off cooldown. Not even going to spend it, though. Rather just hang on to the mana.
Yeah, and Light of Heaven is level 6. Is he actually going to time bottom? There's a root. What a timely root.
Oh, that's the break your keyboard root.
He
now,
might die too.
Yep. G cogs himself in. Can they get a root on him? Looking for it. Looking for it. He's going to hook in. Here comes the Gale that actually was off the mark. Bought Quakefoot room and time, though. The Bear staying on him. Looking for the one swipe. Nope, not that time. He will drop the cogs again. The Bear's going to loop around. And there's the roar from Bulba.
Totally unnecessary.
Who needs the root when you got a yelling man that's dressed in battle gear? 5-5 as the dust settles at 6 minutes. There's the Midas done on Quakefoot because of that fight.
Yeah, Light of Heaven, he has boots, and Quakefoot has brown boots and a Midas. So that just shows you how much Light of Heaven got dominating this lane, and that was a concern for me. I mean, he's like okay in lane, but some of his heroes just aren't that strong. And getting dominated this badly in the lane, yeah, sure, there are sentries in the lane, but he should be able to get to level 6 without dying and hopefully get a little bit more farm than just 16 CS.
And yeah, Light of Heaven as a player, and you know, he's just been struggling. He really has. Even in games where he's done well, he seemed to... Nope, hang on. Visage actually just got picked off here near mid, so God adding even more kills to his total. He's now at 2-1. 3-0 for Luna, certainly a great start.
This tower on top is under a lot of pressure. TC is not level 6. He does have mana for 1 spin right now, though.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And looks like it should push itself out. TC's also 3-0 to go with that Luna. Quakefoot's 2-0 on top of his top CS on the board. Certainly the best start on the map so far, though.
Yeah, I think Light of Heaven is about time for him to rotate. He is well into level 6 right now, and there's nothing he can do versus Quakefoot on bottom. So I think just get a magic stick, get a TP scroll, and go kill the other lanes. Get that track cold up, and Blow Your Brain gets roared out on top.
Caught out as Bulba rotated the top, got the roar off, and that shuts down a killing spree as well. So a nice infusion of gold and a disjointed.
Is he looking for a hook shot on mid?
And yep, looking to make something happen. However, Fluff rotating out over here. Back in bottom, Quakefoot has found his success, certainly against Light of Heaven. Looking to find another route as well, but the constant track doing a decent job of keeping Light of Heaven safe.
And they need to keep Blow Your Brain safe on the side of VP. Disruptor trying to look around for kills around the map. Looks like there are 2 heroes there. Ooh, if he gets caught out by the Venge, though, he is gonna die.
God's still moving
Or
around.
not the Venge, the Visage.
God's still moving around, about level 8.5. Bulba's gone to the jungle, at least temporarily. He's level 7. Have yet to see what build he's going to want to go. He's got just brown boots.
There's smoke. They want to kill TC. TC is level 6, level 7, actually.
Yep. He's picked up a bracer, so it looks like it'll be a drums build. Has spent his gold. Will run right into the Mo and decides to go ahead and spin TP. Probably the right call, realizing that NS was going to be able to glimpse him.
Yeah, they need level 6 on the Venge so they can stop the TP, or stop the spin TP rather. They have hook shot and swap for it, but yeah, G just farming up in mid. Still no action from Light of Heaven. This is not what you want to do with Bounty Hunter. Yes, his phase boost up, but I mean, he can't stop Quakefoot from farming at all. Quakefoot is going to have a really fast Radiance at this rate, so they either need to rotate in someone so they can get a kill with Bounty Hunter, or force him out of the other lanes so they can get a kill, or at least scout out the supports. And like the supports on Liquid, they're playing very, very safely. Liquid always trying to stay up their hill, and Fluff farming the Ancients right now. So they're playing very well, playing out of sight, and not being easy targets for Clock and Bounty Hunter to get kills.
DC makes his way back to top, and looks like nope, they did they double pull it? No, they didn't, so should be a slightly big wave heading down lane. TC was spotted by the ward that was laid out here, so if they want to take a kill attempt, they can. Fluff, as you said, doing the Ancients, trying to play catch up a bit. He's almost level 6, so Bulba back under cover of a smoke, though, going to go looking for a kill on the Bounty. If he can find him so far, unable to do so as Light of Heaven has rotated much towards mid. Now, this is going to be his opportunity. Needs to make something happen soon. TC has opted to go ahead and grab a Midas. That Midas coming out right at 10 minutes.
Yeah, Blow Your Brain. You mean?
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Blow your brain. The Luna, I should say.
I haven't looking for a kill, but way too sexy. Scouting the rune with his birds. They had a very small window of opportunity right there before he died, but Boba also wasting a lot of time on bottom. His smoke about to expire, but looks like he will grab the invis rune.
There's a hook on the way to Light of Heaven's there. We'll be able to get the track off. God taking a lot of damage. They do get a track kill, but they will get a return kill onto God. So not a bad exchange in all things
free
told.
tower for Koikva.
Yep, by the time all's said and done, this will be a win for Liquid. And yeah, Light of Heavens, his struggles continue. Did manage to get involved there, but still not contributing a whole lot else. Up at top, looks like they might want to try to push here. They've got a wave right up on the tower. At about 470 HP. They've rotated a couple up. Bulba will have Roar up in 50 seconds. In the meantime, Blow, NS, and AA playing very far back, anticipating what might be some aggression. And they, let's see, is it going to be mid or top? Looks like they're going to go ahead and head mid.
Yeah, Koikva just under no pressure at all. He's going to have he has 2200 gold in his inventory. Radiant should come out in about 15 or 16 minutes time, unhindered. Meanwhile, the support's still trying to find level 6. AA, not level 6 yet. NS also still not level 6. He has finally got his swap, though, and looks like Fluff will swap him out, but NS is going to find him. He might get glimpsed.
Nope, not spotted yet. NS is looking for him. There it is. And gets off the Poison Nova. There's going to be a hook that hits something. I'm not even sure what he hit. Up. Yeah, I heard it. It sounded like it latched onto something, but not the case. So they managed to get a free kill on Fluff, but now they have to come and defend their tower. Way2's there with the Grave Chill. There's the Roar as well. And just look at the damage output. You cannot underestimate just how much damage Way2Sexy can do with his Visage with those familiars up. He already is making good progress towards his Scepter. And how many times in a row have we said that about him on this hero?
Yeah, and I have no idea why G just ran in like that. He wasted his hook shot. Maybe if he had it up, he could have cogged someone at the tower. So, yeah, G just not playing that well on the Clockwork, and it does not really seem like his type of hero.
Light of Heaven, continuing to just farm away, has really just sat in his bottom lane for the majority of the game. We saw one rotation, and it didn't net them a track kill, but sitting at 0-1-1, there's another glimpse that's going to catch Bulba. Static Storm is there. Here comes AA. Bulba going to try to TP, not going to work, as the Venge is there with the Magic Missile. Bulba continuing to run, will be Janotted down, so that's a second track kill going the way of Light of Heaven. And that's what they need. They need more of that out of him. Taking a look at the gold graph at 12 minutes, we can see Liquid is off to a great start, plus 3,000 gold in their favor, about 2,000 experience, but a little bit more out of that out of LOH, and Virtus Pro will be able to close the gap very quick.
Yeah, TC and Koikva both have not died yet for Liquid, which is very, very important for them. TC already with Phase and Drums, and progress on Koikva's Relic just about 500 away. So VP, like they have to pressure them within the next 4 minutes, or else they're just going to fall way too far behind. I don't really think they can compete with the Radiance Bear. I mean, Luna's getting like sort of farmed, but it's still going to take a while for her to ramp up. She has Midas up, almost HOD, but that is nothing compared to a Midas Radiance.
Yeah, her Midas coming out a little slowly too, for this kind of a matchup anyway. And Koikva, I mean, just continuing to do well. We saw the stat pop up before. Not only is Koikva played a little Lone Druid, he's actually the second most successful and active Dota on the hero. There's going to be Light of Heaven dusted out, roared down, and spun away. And that's a dominating streak for TC. And I would say it was a high-value kill, but really, Light of Heaven has just been kind of coming into fights at the tail end to throw out track and hasn't contributed a whole lot else. There's the Poison Nova. Got him with the Gale as well. They're just going to try to TP him away. Oh! Manages to cancel it. And now NS getting off the Static Storm Kinetic Field. TC going to be the next target. And looks like they don't want to commit too much to it. There's a nice glimpse. That'll bring Bulba back. Lucid Beam slows him down. They have nothing else to follow it up. AA did have Swap, but couldn't get into range. Just level 1 Swap. And level 1 Swap's range is actually pretty damn small.
Yeah, G, again, just getting caught out of position. He needs to be the one to initiate for them, and they just did not have enough people there for that fight. It looks like there is a smoke. They want to kill Koikva. I don't think they can do it with 2 people. They're going to need more. Or actually, with the Eclipse, maybe, but Koikva has 1,600 HP.
Yeah, he's pretty big, and the Bear, no slouch either with that Relic on it, so hitting for 136 a shot. And Koikva, as you mentioned, I mean, he's got 600 gold on top of it all. Taking a look at the overall net worth, he's opened up quite a gap. 2,100 net worth lead for him over the Luna, despite the Midases being equal on both sides.
Yeah, VP falling very far behind. They need track kills. The kill score is only one in favor of Liquid, but they are just so heavily outfarming them, mainly on the back of Koifa. Looks like Radiance is coming out in just 400 gold, and after that, they can just start to 5-man towers, and Bounty Hunter is pretty much useless in that sort of situation.
And Virtus Pro beginning to group up a bit more, something very necessary. They're reaching the point where they're just going to need to start running as 4 and 5 and just trying to make something happen that way. Vlad's is done on the bounty, so that's a nice pickup for the Luna in particular. And they could try to sneak a Roche with that up now.
Yeah, I think that would be very good for them. Luna's trying to do HOD stacks, but only 800, less than 800 HP on Boyer Brain. He is just a, he's just glass right now. Not even a glass cannon because he doesn't do that much damage. He does okay damage, I guess. Sitting at 158.
Not too shabby, but like you said, it's one of the big problems with Luna is she's kind of like a Morphling type. You know, she's ranged, but kind of not. Her attack range just isn't enough to really buy her any space, and she tends to be swept up in a lot of fights, so you have to have some survivability.
There's the Radiance.
Radiance done, and now they're in a situation where, yeah, they can just group and push like this. And what do you do? Like, I mean, that bear is way too big. You've ignored it for too long.
Yeah. Just no help for LOH on bottom too. The support's really trying to keep TC down, but I think it's way more important to keep Koifa down. And now they are paying for their early game just lack of action. Hey, Way2 may die on top though.
Way2 caught out in the cogs. He's doing good damage. NS is there too. He's going to have to drop the Static Storm just trying to kill Way2 Sexy. And both of these heroes might be dove. TC does have Omni Slash up. He's going to wait for him to pass by. And yep, here we go. Glimpse back on TC. And here comes the bear to chase him down. Gale got 2. Kinetic field's down. Roar onto God. That's going to let the bear just continue to tee off. NS is going to be dropping, same as God. 1 down, 2 down, and soon to be a tower down. And there's just nothing they could do. 17 minutes in, and to be honest, Light of Heaven just... Like you said, it was problematic for him. He got no help in bottom against the Lone Druid that by the mere nature of the matchup was going to dominate him, but he just hasn't done anything else the entire game, and it's beginning to show. The gold game for Liquid just through the roof now, heading up towards 7,500.
Yeah, they can just do Roshan right now. They have the Healing Ward plus Bear combo that was so prevalent at 6.78, and VP, their chances are just very, very low of winning this match. They have to get picks off, but they're just not very proactive around the map. Bounty Hunter not really scouting out anyone, NS not really finding any good glimpse targets to pick off people that are out of position, but Liquid has just been playing very, very well, though. The supports usually have been hanging out of sight, and Bulba smoking and getting the jump on VP before they can get the jump on them.
Scepter now done on Bulba's Beastmaster, and we can see they're being very methodical. Pressure top, they pressured mid, now they rotate bottom. They're going to pressure this bottom tier 2. If they can take a fight win here, they'll immediately jump over to Roshan. And when you're at the advantage, it's always wise up. Bluff actually going to be caught out by Light of Heaven. He gets hit with the Poison Nova, and up. Whoa, big disconnect. That's never good when you see 5 all drop out all at once, so one can only hope we'll have them back in, and we've already had enough disconnect problems today. Hopefully not going to be the second time in a row. So as we wait, want to thank everyone once again for being a part of the broadcast. Reminder that over the next few days, we are likely to only have one best of... Europe got nuked. That's right, Bulba. We're likely to only have one best of 3 as opposed to the 2 as promised, and largely that's due to Dignitas's withdrawal, not just from our tournament, but from every other tournament as well, as the team has completely dissolved. And just because of the way our schedule worked out, Dignitas was slated to play 7 out of 8 days to finish their schedule in this last week of D2L play. And with them obviously withdrawing, those are forfeit wins that go to each team. So yeah, one best of 3 ahead, and we'll bring the schedule up regarding the next 6-7 days of play following the conclusion of this series. Looks like everyone's back in, though. Virtus Pro and Team Liquid. Liquid leads the series 1-0 with a win. They will secure themselves a playoff berth. Virtus Pro needs a win as well to help keep their playoff hopes alive. 3, 2, 1, and back in. All right. Captain Cher Merlini time. And wow, there's a there's a kill with the Shuriken there back in the Roche pit, or near the Roche pit. Look at God. God is caught out and drops his cogs, and there's the roar from the low ground. Oh, TC TC Omni slashed up completely unnecessarily, and yeah, he's going to have to TP out, but they have a tier 1 up, so not too far of a jaunt for him.
Yeah, so VP, I mean, to be honest, there's very little they can do at this point. It's really, is Liquid going to make any mistakes? And as long as they stick together, as long as they have sufficient detection, they can pretty much pick up a gem at this point. And as long as Koikva and Juggernaut are together, it's really difficult for them to drop this game. Just need to take out Roshan, which they're seemingly doing right now, get an AC up on the bear, and then just sweep VP's towers. Their 5-on-5 is extremely weak right now. Luna has no BKB and no signs of one either because she just built a Yasha. We see Bounty Hunter, he has a Vlad's, but only involved in 3 kills this game as a Bounty Hunter. 20 minutes in, is just not good value for that pick. And Disruptor is decent at 5-on-5, but not against the Lone Druid, and not when they are this farm, and not when Liquid isn't putting themselves in any bad positions either.
Tier 1 down, there's a roar and a blow, though. They're going to try to follow it up as Way2's there. Does eat the stun, but they drop the Luna. And Way2 able to retreat after the Grave Chill. Bulba has a DD and the Soul Assumption from long range. Bulba is going to go ahead and bottle him back up some health. There's a Ghost Scepter. The Axes trying to be dodged. Here come the Familiars, though. One last stun and a swap. So AA being cheeky in his own right. The Axes. Oh, they do get him as TC comes in at the last minute. Was going to say, well, hang on. Way2, or excuse me, Koikva at bottom. Silenced out. They do manage to get his Aegis, so not a bad pick. The bear might get a kill and will on the bounty.
It's going to be a 3-for-1.
Yep.
She's going to die too.
He's cogged out and trying to hook onto the bear. Koikva will be able to finish him off, though. So that's a triple kill for Koikva, costing him only his Aegis and, all told, a full man wipe. Not bad for Team Liquid.
Yeah, that is just... their laning phase is completely breaking down. Bounty Hunter versus Lone Druid. Lone Druid is almost always going to win that, especially when they have Sentry Wards. So VP just didn't account for that, or it seemed like they just didn't care. And they are paying for it right now. Here comes the Lone Druid healing ward. Plus, yeah, Lone Druid is just way too strong with healing ward, especially when they're this far.
Oh,
Omni Slash. Just gonna die too.
AA actually manages to Ghost Scepter through most of the Omni Slash jumps. But there's a roar onto blow. Very low, but more concerned with the tower. And that bear, large and in charge, just nothing they can do to it whatsoever. Down goes Arax, Manta style done on Luna, but has that feeling of too little too late. There's a glimpse back on TC. Can they follow it up? Magic missiles there as well as the Shuriken. God decides to hook through. Koikva caught as well as Fluff. But God going toe-to-toe with him. There's the Eclipse. Blow your brain. Doing what he can and manages to notch a double kill. Actually, Way2 getting the double kill there. And 3 for 2 the exchange, so Virtus.pro not going to be too happy with that. And they're not done yet either. With the healing ward and the radiance on that bear, they can continue to apply pressure if they want, at least down bottom. The Assault Cuirass now done on Koikva. He's really had a great game, sitting at 7-0. Roar on the NS, and a couple of auto attacks will do that.
Should be GG. I mean, we have the AC up on the bear. 22 minutes, AC minus radiance on Koikva. That is just absolutely insane farm, man. He's been really been the standout player for me in the series, along with TC. Those two, I mean, Bulba too. Pretty much everyone on Liquid has just been playing extremely well today. Koikva really showing his versatility.
I think it's fair to say, yep, GG comes out. I think it's fair to say Liquid's on a bit of a tear. They upset Na'Vi, now beating VP. They've had success in other tournaments and elsewhere. And not hard to see why, as they hang a 22-minute, 24-second win on Virtus.pro, making it look easy here in Game 2. And, yeah, I told you Koikva played Druid. He plays all right. He's okay. 7-0 and...
I just always see him on the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, I mean, he's a sick prophet, too. He's kind of like a miniature, younger version of Bulldog. So, Bulldog, beware, my friend. You've got a younger version of you nipping at your heels. 9-0-1 for TC as well. And, you know, that was I hate to put it this way, but a quiet 9-0-1. But what's sad is, like you said, they prioritized trying to hold down TC, and in exchange, let the Druid farm away. And, well, 9-0-1, that's not how you hold down a jug. Just doesn't work that way.
Yeah, very good laning choice decisions by Liquid. They could have, I mean, that's the thing. They have a very flexible lineup. They can put Beastmaster off lane, Jug safe lane too, if they think they're going to be there. But they just matched up very well wherever VP put their lanes, and pretty much all three of their lanes won out. I mean, Beastmaster did die to Clockwork, but in the mid game, G just did not have an impact. Boba, huge impact on his Beastmaster. Negative KD, but just, yeah, very well played by all of Liquid.
Well said. 22 minutes, 24 seconds, the official game time. 22-13, the final kill score. Liquid finishes off VP, gets the 2-0 win. And with that win, I have to double-check the math, but I'm pretty sure with the Dignitas withdrawing, Liquid guarantees a spot in our playoffs and probably at a decent seed as well. It's been an absolutely fun day, guys. Obviously, it sucks that we didn't get to see the Game 3 conclusion of EG versus Na'Vi in our first series, but we will be rescheduling that. And just to clear something up, actually, I forgot to throw it to me. The verbal cue wasn't there. I'm your host, Aaron AC Chambers. My bad. My bad. I'm your host, Aaron AC Chambers. The other voice, of course, Ben Merlini Wu, and Twitter stuff. Is it broken? Did you break it again? It's fixed. There it is. All right, you can find me at AC, him at Merlini, and I'll let Merlini do his sign-offs here in just a moment. But just want to clarify some things regarding the Na'Vi EG situation. Did see some wondering, some out loud musings across the message boards and on Twitter directed at me and such. We declared a forfeit in favor of Na'Vi. That was an admin decision. There was no discussion. There was no asking Na'Vi to postpone or reschedule. We declared a forfeit. And as we were declaring a forfeit and beginning to ask the players to exit the lobby, Na'Vi collectively as a team said that they wanted to play the match anyway. So there was no leaving it up to them. Our rules dictate that it was going to be an EG forfeit. And you know, when two teams, both, especially that which is going to be benefiting, are willing to work on the schedule, we're going to side with them and want to work that out. So Game 3 of Na'Vi EG will be played out over the next few days. Now, with that said, Ben, as always, my friend, it's a pleasure casting with you. And you and I have been a couple of busy little beavers here in the D2L, but we're hitting the home stretch now. This match behind us, and pretty much all one best of threes from here on out, so we'll be seeing a little less of each other, but I want our audience to see as much of you as possible. So why don't you go ahead and drop the deets. Let us know where they can find more of you online.
Sure. You can find me at twitter.com/MerliniDota, Facebook and YouTube and Twitch, all the same /MerliniDota. Thanks to all the viewers for watching, and when can they join us on our next cast?
Next cast will be tomorrow, and we're going to be bringing up the standings plates in just a moment. So once again, he's at MerliniDota. You can find me also on Twitter. I'm at AC. You can also find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/ACTV, and on YouTube, Facebook, and elsewhere. Just look up ACTV. You can find all my various media links below my Twitch stream if you want to do it that way. It's ACTV again on Twitch TV. So if we could take a look at our schedule over the next few days, we can kind of get an idea of what we're going to be looking at. And again, with Dignitas' departure, we are going to be down a couple of matches. As we can see, it was Na'Vi EG today, Virtus Pro Team Liquid here on this Tuesday. Pretty sure we still have... did we move a match in place of Wednesday's match, or is that simply an off day? Uh-huh. Yep. Okay. Okay. All right, so just got the word. Some shenanigans, not shenanigans, some good things happening regarding tomorrow. So obviously, Na'Vi Dignitas, that's a walkover for Na'Vi. But since EG and Na'Vi both want to resolve their series the right way instead of with a forfeit, tomorrow, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That'll be at 9 p.m. for our Central European brothers and sisters. And, of course, around midnight for our Chinese viewers, that'll be Game 3 of Na'Vi taking on EG. And then from there, the schedule remains unchanged, except you can just X out all of the matches involving Dignitas. So on Thursday, we'll be back with Na'Vi Virtus Pro at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. On Friday, we'll have an afternoon broadcast with Fnatic versus Team Liquid and Now Sports versus Dignitas. Obviously, well, I'm going to guess that was overlapped on accident, but yeah, neither of those matches will count. Saturday, EG versus Dignitas won't be happening. Team Liquid versus Mouse in the afternoon session will. And Sunday, EG versus Fnatic will be our last match here in the D2L West. So a lot of Dota to be played, and so a lot to be determined here in the HyperX D2L. Before we say goodbye for the day, Merlini, any final thoughts on your way out the door?
Just looking forward to more exciting games in this Western division. It's close for the second place spot, too. Alliance already secured first, but I'm very excited to see who is going to come in second.
Absolutely. The next few days really going to matter a lot. So We hope you guys all tune in. Again, hit follow here on twitch.tv/D2L. You can also look up all of your information you need on D2L.gg on the web. It's split the East and West. The East did conclude on Monday, so that's done and done with. But you can still catch all of the action via VODs and all of the VODs for the West as well. You can find at D2L.gg. This has been a HyperX production, or excuse me, a D2L production in conjunction with HyperX, Razer, Monster Energy, and Astro. For myself, for Conrad behind the production desk, and of course for Merlini and all of the rest of the D2L staff. Been a pleasure, and we'll see you back tomorrow. Enjoy your evening, morning, or afternoon, and enjoy some Dota.